Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this channel. We are at the end of another working week. During the course of this week, interviews were conducted as part of the DV 2025 program. And as usual, I'm back to share with you the highest case number ranges that have so far been interviewed at your different embassies and consulates. So let's go straight into it. And today we begin in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where the highest case number that has so far been interviewed at that embassy from the Africa region has increased to the 24,500 plus case number range. In the case of the Asia region, it has increased to 5,900 plus case number range. And for the Europe region, it remains at 9,800 plus case number range. In New Delhi, India, no diversity visa interviews have been held so far. In Yerevan, Armenia, the Asia region remains at 5,300 plus, whereas the Europe region has increased to 12,000 plus. In Tokyo, Japan, the Africa region remains at 20,000 plus, the Asia region has increased to 5,700 plus, and the Europe region remains at 11,000 plus. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the Africa region remains at 15,300 plus, the Asia region has increased to 5,600 plus, and the Europe region remains at 4,100 plus. In Manama, Bahrain, the Africa region remains at 19,000 plus, and the Asia region remains at 2,900 plus. In Ankara, Turkey, the Africa region remains at 6,400 plus, the Asia region remains at 3,400 plus, and the Europe region remains at 2,400 plus, but with one case already interviewed from the 7,100 plus case number range. In Kuwait, the Africa region remains at 20,700 plus. Havana, Cuba remains at 1,700 plus. La Paz, Bolivia remains at 1,700 plus. Tirana, Albania remains at 12,900 plus. Tbilisi, Georgia has increased to 12,900 plus. In Beirut, Lebanon, still no diversity visa interviews have been held. Libreville, Gabon remains at 12,600 plus, but with one case already interviewed from the 17,900 plus case number range. Yaoundé, Cameroon remains at 15,300 plus. In Amman, Jordan, the Africa region has increased to 22,800 plus, whereas the Asia region remains at 5,900 plus. Suva, Fiji remains at 1,100 plus. Harare, Zimbabwe remains at 14,800 plus. Rangoon, Burma has increased to 3,900 plus. In Djibouti, the Africa region remains at 18,900 plus, but with a couple of cases already interviewed from the 24,000 plus case number range, whereas the Asia region remains at 5,900 plus. In Lilongwe, Malawi, still no diversity visa interviews have been held. Luanda, Angola has increased to 24,000 plus. In Islamabad, Pakistan, the Africa region remains at 19,600 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,400 plus. Algiers, Algeria remains at 24,400 plus. Kinshasa, the DRC, remains at 10,100 plus. In Cairo, Egypt, the Africa region remains at 22,000 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,400 plus. Abidjan, Ivory Coast remains at 8,600 plus. A reminder that these are the highest case number ranges where interviews have so far taken place at your different embassies and consulates as part of the DV 2025 program. We continue with Cotonou, Benin, and that embassy remains at 23,900 plus. In Frankfurt, Germany, The Africa region is currently at 13,000 plus. The Asia region remains at 4,100 plus, and the Europe region remains at 12,900 plus. In Doha, Qatar, the Africa region remains at 24,900 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,600 plus. Dakar, Senegal remains at 14,800 plus. Johannesburg, South Africa has increased to 23,900 plus. Monrovia, Liberia remains at 20,200 plus. Colombo, Sri Lanka has increased to 5,700 plus. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania has also increased to 5,400 plus. Kathmandu, Nepal remains at 4,400 plus. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia remains at 22,600 plus. In Montreal, Canada, the Africa region remains at 18,100 plus. The Asia region remains at 4,900 plus. The Europe region remains at 11,300 plus, and the South America region remains at 800 plus. In Paris, France, the Africa region remains at 23,400 plus. The Asia region remains at 2,400 plus, whereas the Europe region has increased to 12,700 plus. Freetown, Sierra Leone remains at 5,700 plus. Lusaka, Zambia has increased to 23,500 plus. Nairobi, Kenya remains at 14,000 plus. In Napoli, Italy, the Africa region remains at 24,900 plus. The Asia region remains at 4,000 plus. The Europe region remains at 12,800 plus, and the South America region remains at 1,000 plus. In Mumbai, India, the Africa region has increased to 24,300 plus, and the Asia region has also increased to 5,900 plus. In London, the United Kingdom, the Africa region remains at 22,400 plus. The Asia region remains at 5,300 plus. The Europe region remains at 12,800 plus, and the Oceania region remains at 800 plus. In Lagos, Nigeria, still no diversity visa interviews have taken place. Kigali, Rwanda has increased to 11,300 plus. Lomé, Togo remains at 24,900 plus. In Abu Dhabi, the UAE, the Africa region remains at 10,200 plus. The Asia region remains at 5,200 plus, and the Europe region remains at 3,000 plus. Accra, Ghana remains at 17,100 plus. And finally, Casablanca, Morocco is currently at 20,300 plus case number range. So those are the highest case number ranges where interviews have so far taken place at your different embassies and consulates in the DV 2025 program. And this report is based on the SEAC data that was released at the end of the March 17th to March 21st working week. Thanks for watching your first weekly report. See you very soon, God willing, in the second one. Goodbye.